Back at it again today, probably for the last time for a couple of weeks anyway. I just went into town and got bolts and countersunk screws. For the countersunk is for those, and the bolts obviously to hold the cylinder. So today I'm going to drill the plates, which are these ones. I'm going to mark them out and then drill them. I'll probably do them in the might do them in the mill, although I should be able to do them fine in the drill press. The only thing I will do in the mill is cut the hole out to fit that. Could fit over that. Zoom it back out again, I keep forgetting that. And then bolt it all together, sit in here, tack it, and then hopefully weld this out. I don't know if I'll get much more than that done today, but we'll see how we travel. I might even cut these and drill them and countersink them for the cutting edge. I don't know about where I'll get these done though. That's a fair amount of work. If I wanted to work all day I'd probably do it, but I'm not really, don't know if I'm going to get that far, because I'm just fighting off an anxiety attack at the moment. So if I seem a little distracted, that's why. I'm just trying to work out what's setting me off, and I can't work it out. So anyway, I'll soldier on. I'll start marking this out. Righto, I've marked that out. I've marked that 47mm centres, which is kind of odd measurement, but it's 47mm centres. So what I'm going to do now is tack those plates together, drill these 4, then I'll break it and then drill this one. Hopefully I've got a hole saw that's still in one piece that I can drill that out with to fit over the neck of the cylinder. Drill it out and then cut the slot out. There won't be a whole lot of material left, but it'll be just enough to bolt onto the front of that to stabilise it, stop it moving. So yeah, I'll get my welder sorted and tack that together. Right, what we've got is I've got no hole saws. The only hole saw I had that's good enough I trashed yesterday. So I'm just going to do the same as yesterday. I'm going to drill it out and then I'll bore it out to the right diameter and then make it work. chuck inside that one to come loose. It's almost all the way through, that's it. Just making sure I've got clearance. This looks like it might just clear, which is fine because then as I cut it, it'll move even further away. Right. Good. Let's slow that down somewhat. That's too slow. Let's see. That's not good. Smaller. That's behaving a bit more now that it's tapered. It's always where it cuts through the drilled surface. I don't know whether it's work hardening it or what the fucking go is, but I'll finish boring this out, save boring you, and we'll come back. Alright, what I'm doing here is I screwed up and cut that out. That's for the cylinder. I cut it out the wrong side. But as it turns out, I've got to machine it anyway because I made them. That's fucking hot. I mean, that's damn hot. I still had to. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut them because I cut them too long. So I'm just going to go around and do all 4 sides. So yeah. So what I'll do is I'll machine these other 2 sides and I'll bolt them on the cylinder after I've cooled the bloody things down, and I'll bring you back. Stay tuned. Righto, I've got them all machined, screwed onto the cylinder, clamped into place. That is on the wrong way around. To see this, I want this to be the back where the ports come out. So I'll just flip it over. The only problem, well, it's not a problem really, but what I've done is I wanted these blades to bolt on here and guide, but if I put that there, if I put that in the centre, like hook it up to the ram, it's still proud at about 5mm, so I'm going to have to machine it, machine some off it. Quite possible, I will have to re-weld it and re-machine it. It's the only thing I can do. But I'm going to leave that for now. What I might do is flip this all over, put that back in and just tack it all. Just put tacks everywhere and then pull the cylinder out and weld it out, I think, and that'll probably do me for the day. It's nearly lunchtime, but I'm going to keep going until I get this welded, so I can get this video off and start editing, because like I said, this will be the last one out here in a couple of weeks, so not until after the 27th of January when we get back. But that's coming together. That's going to work great. The only thing I'm thinking of changing is I might make a stand for it. I was going to put something on here so I could hold it in a vise, and I'll see, when it's all done, I'll weigh it and see how heavy it is, how hard it's going to be to manage. It shouldn't be too bad. I probably could have used 6mm plate, but there'll be a lot of thumping and a fair bit of force, but it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too heavy to handle. I mean, Dion's a big strong fella, so I might even make a stand. Just I've got to think about the postage, the shipping, to get it over to him on the other side of the planet. Well, the other side of Australia, close enough the other side of the planet. And yeah, but there's still a little bit to go, but they're starting to take shape now, which is good. Once I start to see something take shape, that sort of brightens me a little bit and gives me a bit more motivation. The problem is I'm going away, so I'll be thinking about it while I'm away. But that's how it is. I might make a stand for it yet, so you can put it on a stand and wheel it around and put a bucket under it. There we go, there. Put a chute in it, or chute on the end of it here, because there'll be an adjustable, it'll be like the end on here with the actuator. It won't take much to put a chute under that, a little chute into a bucket. That's what I'll do. Oh well, I'll make a little stand. I'll just get some 25mm RSJ. Not RSJ, you idiot. RHS, roll hollow section. Bloody RHJ. Anyway, and I'll make a little stand for it and wheels, so we'll be able to wheel it around. That way you can put it out of his way, and all you have to do is hook the air up to it. So yeah, that's going to come together nicely. So give me a minute and I'll get this all sorted, and when I've got it tacked together I'll bring you back. Okay, there we are, tacked together. I had trouble here. I tacked it all together and I couldn't get the cylinder out because I screwed up somewhat and I didn't put a spacer, so I just put a little washer. I had to cut it out, clean it up, and then put a little washer under it, so when I've tacked it in I can get the bloody cylinder back out. So what I'm going to do now is weld that out and that should be done. I remembered to put a spacer in there when I tack that in, so I've got, when I do my cutting edge, it'll fit in there. And I've left it so there's a little bit, so if I have to, I can put a shim behind it. I want to be able to put shims behind it just to adjust the cutting edge. So let me weld this out, and when I'm done I'll come back and say goodbye. Righto, so that's it, there it is, welded out. I've cleaned up a little bit, I've still got to finish rounding the edges, that one I missed, but it's still got to be done. I'll have this probably apart a dozen times before I powder coat it. So that'll be the feed side, so I'm assuming to be on right-handed, so it'll be fed in from here. Yeah, that'll work. I mean, I'm thinking of trying to make it good enough, well it should be good enough to cut aluminium as well. Aluminium, like angle, anything like that, bits that he cuts off air conditioners and shit like that, it should cut all of that because it's only copper and aluminium, so, and that'll have a fair bit of force. But I'm going to test it. I've got some aluminium here somewhere. I'll test it. I'm going to go buy some copper pipe and test it. What I might do is finish the build up to the stage where I get it working, and then I'll make the base for it. That'll be when I get back, of course. Thing and then remove the layer from there, and from the side, because I'll powder coat this as well, and just remove from the side, finish it off. That should work okay. Yeah, so there we are. Not quite as much done as I wanted today, but there was a bit more machine work than I anticipated because I screwed up this. Then I screwed it up when I tacked it in, so I had to try and cut it back out again and sort everything out. And because it had bowed a little bit from the welds, so I went up to the mill and got this and used that to jack it out. So it jacked it back out the right width for me. So yeah, getting there. Stay tuned. Thanks for hanging around. And I'll probably post something while I'm up on the Gold Coast. I'll see. But until next time, stay safe. Peace.